Hello everyone, my name is AJ from 8 Ounce, and today we have an exciting new product video for you on the new KINGrinder K2, 4, and 6. Today we're going to be reviewing these products and helping give you a bit of a general overview of what makes it different from the rest of our hand grinders in our current lineup, and hopefully can find the right product for you. And without further ado, let's begin. And here we have the K2, the K4, and the K6 grinders. They are remarkably sturdy. It is entirely made out of aluminum. That's going to be a fun reel. Except for the top lid. And they have a massive amount of adjustment range. While some grinders will maybe have a total of 40 clicks, what that means is when you do your grind adjustment, adjusting it to the right, every click will make it tighter. Adjusting it to the left, every click will make it looser. So your typical grinder will maybe have around 40 to 60 clicks, while these grinders have up to 150. So each click will be a very small micron adjustment, and so then you'll have even more range to be able to play with each sort of grind setting that you may use, from espresso all the way to like a super coarse cold brew or Chemex. On the body of every single grinder that they make, it is actually a silicon band that is fused into the middle of the body. I absolutely love this aspect, specifically like if you have a bit of water from filling your kettle, or if you're needing a bit of additional grip, it works absolutely amazing and feels really great in hand. And also a fun fact about these grinders is that every single grinder, whether it's the 2, 4, or the 6, has a 48 millimeter conical burr. It's actually the largest burr out of any of our hand grinders in our current lineup. What this means is that with every revolution that you do with your hand grinder, it's more teeth rotating, which means you're actually going to grind your coffee beans way quicker, and you'll have much less resistance or sort of that struggle to push the beans through the grinder. And also a cool fact that you may not know about the King grinders is that they actually list these grinders as compatible with electric drills. Now, this is something that us crazies in the coffee community have probably been doing a lot longer than we would like to admit, but it's usually resulted in destroying your grinder. There's shafts ripping apart, there's bearings crying, like it's not a great scenario. Or like if it's a plastic housing, things break, everything breaks. It's not great. They're perfectly compatible with a 1/4 inch drive electric drill. If you have a 3/8 drive or a 1/2 inch drive, you will need to be very careful and put it on the lowest speed setting, just to make sure that you don't put too much tension on the grinder itself, because electric drills will still be a lot more power than what most hand grinders are made for. But they've spec'd this to be able to work with that smaller grinder. So then if you're out camping, or if you're at home and you're just tired of grinding for the 1.5 or 2 minutes, 3 minutes, however much coffee you're looking to grind, you can do this a lot quicker with a drill, which is pretty fun. And now let's explain the difference between the K2, K4, and K6, so then you know exactly what these grinders are spec'd for, or more specifically, what they're intended for. Every grinder will go down to a fineness of espresso, and every grinder will go up to the coarseness of cold brew. But each of these grinders are individually made to excel at certain ranges or certain functions. The K2, coming in at $125 Canadian, is the internal click adjustment. The nice thing that they did here with this grinder is that they actually have number markings. So when I was saying you have 150 clicks, you don't really want to be counting up to 150 every morning. So what they have done is actually numbered this dial for 10 clicks for every revolution. So it helps you count. If you need to go to 55 clicks, you can actually count the revolutions, and makes it much easier to be able to keep track and know which click you're at, which is great. This grinder is made to excel more in your brew, like your medium fine to coarse setting, and is a great intermediate and really great quality and bang for your buck. And here we have the K4, which comes in at 180 Canadian dollars. A great thing that they did with this, specific the K4 and the K6, is that the click adjustment is actually on the exterior of the grinder. So you never have to go into your grinds bin to be able to count your clicks or anything. You can just adjust it from the top. And for every full revolution, it is 60 clicks, which is really great, very easy, and honestly, it feels really great. I don't know why a lot of companies have sort of restrained from doing this with their other grinders. It feels really great in hand and is very easy to be able to adjust or manipulate for certain recipes. The K4 is a titanium coated stainless steel burr. So it is made to excel in that espresso fine to medium fine range. While it'll still work extremely well for pour overs or cold brew, that excellence for the grind consistency will be in the bottom half of its grinding range. And here we have the K6, which comes in at $195 Canadian. So just $15 difference between the K4 and the K6. Very similar for the click adjustment, your grinds capacity, which is around 30 to 35 grams of coffee. The main difference with this burr is that they slightly adjusted the design to be able to excel in all ranges, from your espresso finest all the way up to the Chemex cold brew, really coarse sea salt grind. And so then if you're leaning to having a hand grinder that works really well for both ranges, I would recommend spending the extra $15 here with the K6 instead of going for the K4. Meanwhile, if you're only going for espresso and you're not really going to be using this grinder very much for pour overs, the K4 will still work extremely well, and I would recommend that one. Thank you so much for watching this product review today of the KINGrinder K2, K4, and K6. I hope you really enjoyed it and that you've found this information really helpful in making your decision for your next grinder potentially. Let us know in the comments below or send us an email if you have any additional questions, or even pop by our showroom here in Calgary, and you can even handle the grinder yourself and grind it and see if it's the right one for you, and can compare it alongside all of our other grinders that we have available. Until next time, happy brewing.